Good afternoon. I'm Terry Benjamin, and this is the Unapologetic Amateur Looking for Experts show, um, established by Ruby Williams Shivers on this particular station. And every Monday from 4 to 5, we're here, as you all know. Ruby will be zooming in a few minutes. But now that I have some time with you, last week we had a poet on, and we were celebrating National Poetry Month. That's April. Now, also, April is also JAM, JAM, and that stands for Jazz Appreciation Month. And that has been established by the National Museum of American History. They began this in 2001, and it's still going strong to today. As you well know, jazz is an art form dating back to the 1890s. And so we have a chance in this particular month to celebrate two very unique African-American inventions. The poetry that we write from our souls, from our experience, from our culture, and the jazz that we create from our souls. So whenever you think about poetry, whenever you think about jazz, think about this particular month. And think about how you can participate in it. I know I have a lot of people out there who are poets. I know I got some people out there who are also jazz musicians. And this is a beautiful month because it brings together jazz and poetry for the whole month of April. And like other holidays, whether it be Black History Month, you know, this is something that they say it's in February. They say it's for a certain amount of time. But we know in our lives, in our history, in our culture, that jazz, poetry, and history is something that we live every day. So we're here today, brought to you by BKS1 Radio/TV, and we really welcome you. Also looking for your comments in the comments section here, and hopefully you can let us know what's going on. This Sunday, there was a section in the New York Times newspaper, and it talked about creativity. And it talked about creativity as being something that never dies. And they interviewed three people that you might know of. They interviewed Joan Collins. They interviewed Gianni Armani, and also Betty Saar. And Joan is 90 years old. Armani is 89, and Betty is 97. This goes to show that there is never an age on creativity, and as long as you live, you want to be creative. You want to be creative in the way that you live your life. And sometimes creativity is not just writing a poem or making a picture or acting or directing or anything like that. Sometimes creativity can just be the way you live your life. You know, the way you sort of structure your day, the way you set time aside to do some reading. You know, I think one of the things last week we had a gentleman named Ron C. McCrae.
Hello.
And he had a book of poetry, but he also had a journal.
Hello.
Okay, hopefully we have Ruby coming in. Hello, Ruby.
Yes, sir. I'm in. I had a little difficulty, but I'm here now. You know, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes, I know you are.
Okay, I'm so pleased that you all got started. But am I in clear and everything?
Okay, I hear you, but I can't see you. So hopefully get
Can't
that
see.
straightened out. But I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Now, what do I do to be seen? Let me see. What do I do to be seen?
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. Now this is a beautiful thing about live radio and TV. You know, we have to
Uh
deal with
huh.
anything that might happen.
Uh
So
huh.
hopefully we'll get that straightened out. But I can hear you loud and clear though.
Okay, you can hear me loud and clear.
Yeah, yeah. So now we're just
Yes.
waiting for the picture.
Yeah. Hold on
Okay.
just a second.
Okay.
Can you
Oh,
hear me now?
here she is.
Here I am. Here I am.
How you doing?
Okay. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to hold it up for me. Now, can you still see me?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you. Yeah,
Okay.
I can see you.
Okay.
I can hear you. I can see the background. So how you
Well, let me
doing?
just, I'm doing really fine. Let me just say good afternoon, family, and welcome to my podcast. I feel so blessed to be with you again.
Yes,
You know
yes,
what?
yes.
Now I'm here broadcasting from Jacksonville, Florida. Having a little
Beautiful.
difficulty. And a lot of history happening this weekend,
That's right.
in a little town called Lake Butler, Florida. I grew up in this little town and I went to school here. I
Hmm.
left upon graduation, but the town, it was such an indelible mark on my life that I wrote my first and only fiction novel, The
Okay.
Quarter.
Yes.
You know, it's a tale of a lot of cities, but good, bad, and the ugly. I came back for a class reunion
Okay.
of sorts. It was a gathering of classes from 1959 to present, and it was a school called Consolidated High School was built specifically for the quote colored kids.
Yeah, we know
And
what that is.
we had been bused to a neighboring school
Wow.
up to that point. The upper
Hmm.
grades of our community had
Hmm.
been bused to a neighboring school, Lotchaway. So just prior to integration, they decided to build us a $250,000 school to keep integration out of our, the whole thing out of our reach,
Yes, yes.
you know. But I tell you one thing, uh, when the school was built, it deprived me and five others, of graduating with our class.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was,
Okay.
that wasn't so cool
No,
with
that wasn't
us.
good at all. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So in telling this story, it was a lot of history, but in telling this story, I forgot to alert Governor DeSantis to see
Okay.
if it was okay if I told the history, you know. But so what I'm going, but I think with that, maybe I just better wait until I get back up north to finish the story. So everybody tune in, okay? Now let me just say this right here. Again, I tell you, I feel so blessed to be back, to
Yeah.
be with you all. I thank God for the opportunity to share knowledge
Yes.
with you. And as always, I'm motivated by the scripture, Hosea 4:6, that said, my people will perish for lack of
That's
knowledge.
right. That's right.
I take that, I truly take that seriously.
Hmm.
And I know that lack of knowledge to me means true knowledge,
Yes. Yes.
because you can get a whole lot of other knowledge,
That's
a whole
right.
lot of knowledge,
That's
not
right.
necessarily true knowledge. So I think that I'm feeling that that's what it means, true
Yeah.
knowledge.
Of course.
And I'm
Of course.
always encouraged when I always was encouraged when I heard Dr. Martin Luther King, the late Dr. Martin Luther King, say, and I quote, "Truth crushed to the earth will
Mm-hmm.
rise again."
That's right. It
And
will.
I believe that. So here I am, our podcast, bringing in just the truth,
True knowledge.
nothing else
Yes.
but the truth.
Yes.
And as always, I thank God for my crew, my producer, Lula Williams Salvador, Sheila Brown Bird,
Yes.
and my advisor, Juanita McClure, and my little promo guy, Pauline and Elijah.
Yes. Yes.
And certainly, I appreciate the brother Norm.
Yes. Yes.
We call
Yes.
him our
Man.
king because
Yes.
he keeps me real,
Yeah, he does. He
allows
definitely
me
does.
the space to
Yes.
do what we're doing.
Yes.
And of course, you, my co-host,
Oh man.
are
Hey,
excellent,
I'm
are
here.
excellent.
I'm here. I'm
I
here for you.
appreciate you so much.
I'm
I
here for you.
appreciate you so much.
Anytime. Anytime.
So again, we're going to believe that this day here in Jacksonville will produce some very positive things. As I said before, all of this history around us now.
Yes. Yes.
And I just want to express that, but I will be talking about that next week,
Okay. Okay.
you know. And what I'm going to do now is forgot to introduce myself. Of course, you all know me. I'm Ruby Williams
Of
Shiver,
course you
your
are.
unapologetic amateur, looking for experts in Africanism.
Yes.
And that simply means, number one would have to know it very fluently and very seriously studied our history
That's
as
right.
the first human being to inhabit the planet Earth.
Yes.
Number two, the development of the civilization as we know it
Hmm.
and has been barred by people across the world.
Yes. Yes.
Number three, got to know the kidnapping, the stripping, and the slaughtering of us, our people.
Hmm.
And number four, a thorough knowledge, a thorough study of a cure for what all that has done, you know, to us
That's right. That's
now.
right.
And having said that, we need to be conscious of how we accept uh, people, other people's interpretation of us.
That's right.
You know, I
That's right.
something what last week we did
Yes.
this
Yes.
little imaginary quiz thing
Yes.
where I suggested that well, first of all, let me say that we know we did not come over here as slaves.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm
That's right.
suggesting that our people do a little imaginary thing
Hmm.
when we meet each other,
Yes.
when we see each other, when we
Yes.
think about each other.
Yes.
Let's think of each other in terms of those people who came over here, the
Yes.
king,
That's right.
you know, King Eskia,
Mhm.
King Sune,
That's right.
King Samora,
That's right.
King Chakazula,
That's right.
Queen Nzi,
That's right.
Matita.
That's right.
We look at each other from a different perspective because
Yes.
people have brain dirtied our minds.
That's right.
As
That's
my
right.
student
That's
Dr.
right.
Kyle said.
Yes. That's
We
true.
got to
That's
recapture
true.
what we lost.
Yes.
We got to know who we are
That's right.
and who we are.
Yes.
And with that in mind, I'm going to bring you on our guest. I said this is the National Poetry Month,
That's right.
in
That's right.
addition to National Jazz.
Yeah, Jazz Appreciation
So,
Month. And that's something, the
right,
two coming
and do
together.
oh yes,
The
do
two
we
as
have
one.
exactly? Do we have a great person to listen to now? Because we had him on before,
Yes.
Poet Queen.
That's right. The best
Everybody
person to come
excited
on.
about him, so we're bringing him back on.
Okay.
And you, my co-host, King, you are a poet in your own right.
Yes, I am.
Good afternoon. So I'm ready to hear our guest.
Okay.
So you could bring him on.
All right.
I'm listening.
Okay. So we're waiting for our guest to come on and to join us. But in the meantime, it's good to see you, Ruby. Good to see that you with family down there. And I'm sure, I know they're treating you well. And I know that. I know that. I know they're spoiling you.
Oh, I would say I'll come back. Well, I think they're kind of tired of I tell you, I just had a ball down here. I really had. I'm really seriously happy.
That's
They've
good.
been treating me well. They've been treating me wrongly.
And that's something, right,
You know,
right, right.
and the things that we are suggesting, we see in each other.
Yeah, well, I always say that, you should go where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
Okay.
And I know they're celebrating you because you're celebrating them by just telling us where you are and also telling us that you're with family. So I'm happy for you. I miss you. I miss you, but we will see you coming back. But again, I know you're in good hands. I know that.
Oh, definitely. And our guest today, Brother Queen, where is he? Has he come on yet?
Okay. We're trying to bring him in.
Oh, okay. Well, in the meantime, let me just suggest one thing too.
Okay.
We're
Yes.
talking about tips for what ails us.
Okay. Yes.
One of the ways of coming from the amateur,
Okay.
I'm suggesting a cure is to erase and reverse the brain dirting, as we said, the hate, the misinformation we have been saturated with against each other.
Yes.
Over these 400 plus years.
Okay.
And as I said, you and I talked with our folks.
That's right. That's right.
We talked with our kings and queens about a new way of looking at each other.
That's right.
And I want that to be permanent in our thinking because that's going to be one of the ways that we do eliminate the negativism.
That's right. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And because many of our people, as I said before, we're kings and queens, and sometimes we don't realize that.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you said, we have to elevate ourselves,
Exactly. We're going to keep stressing that.
Okay.
And what we'll do, I believe, and I know we have issues within our community.
Yeah,
I mean, we
yeah.
all do. Why wouldn't we if we've been brainwashed against each other over these years?
Of course, of course.
Now, there's Terry.
Hmm.
I'm going to. I was asked to participate in a conference. It's
Okay.
going to be the 27th of this month. I'll give more information as we go along.
Okay. Sounds
But
good
it's
though.
about. I think the title of the conference is "Let's Talk" or "Can We Talk?"
Okay.
It's
Okay.
assuming that black women don't listen to our black men.
Oh.
That's the gist of the conference. And I I'm going to be on, they asked me to be on, but I want us to begin to first know that there's a reason, there's a rhyme and a reason for everything.
Of course it is.
You know?
Yes.
So we're not talking, we got to ask ourselves, did we really come from Africa, from our homeland like that?
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't did, because many of us say we were the best of this, the best of that, we either believe it or we don't.
That's right.
So
That's
we
right.
believe that we had all those attributes and we don't have them now.
Mm-hmm.
Something tells me,
Yes.
this
Yes.
little amateur,
Yes.
something tells this little amateur something had to have happened over the 200 years.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
And I won't say slavery because I don't like that word.
Mm-hmm.
There got to be another way of defining what we went through.
Yeah.
But what we went through was obviously something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
But the average person who called themselves enslavement.
Right. Right.
Ours was more genocide.
Right.
More alpha, as the sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that we had never seen in the history of the world,
mm-hmm.
and not only in the history of the world, in biblical history. There's nothing compared.
Nothing comparison.
To what we went through. So first of all, we were stripped of everything.
That's right. That's right.
The slave days or wherever,
right.
They were not stripped. They were worked.
Right.
Right.
But
not stripped of everything.
Yes.
And we have to understand that. Yeah. We have to know that. You know.
Yeah.
Terry.
Yeah.
Did our guest come on yet?
Not yet. We're still waiting. But
okay,
yeah,
waiting. No problem. You go on, and I want you to, because I haven't heard. I want to hear some of your poems now. Since it's poetry, history.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because I had brought some poetry only because it's better to be prepared than not be prepared.
Right. Yeah. You always prepared. I'm not even prepared.
Yeah. And the thing is that I always look at the poetry as something that's like in the air,
Yeah.
And I what I like to do is I like to look at our music in our poetry, and I'm working on a book right now called Found Poetry, and the way it's set up is that I look at songs and artists, and I just want to read a quick selection from that particular book. Now this is Found Poetry to Blackbirds. Back in the day, Donald Byrd was teaching at Howard University.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought together a group of young men that he called the Blackbirds. And this poem is dedicated to the Blackbirds, and it's called Found Poetry. And it says here, and the way this is set up is based on the titles of their songs. And it says here, Enter in, City Life, Rock Creek Park, Summer Love, Love is so fine, Walking in Rhythm, Soft and Easy, Flying High, Supernatural Feeling, Thankful About Yourself, Happy Music, Do It Fluid, Blackbird Theme, Unfinished Business. And as anybody is a fan of their music, those are the song titles that I brought together to make a statement. I see our guest is with us now, and I guess you could introduce him, and we can go from there. So who's that handsome man right there?
Okay, Terry, why not read the bio? Terry?
Yeah. Yes. Uh-huh.
Do you have the bio?
Yeah, I do. And I will. I will share that with our audience.
Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't read it, but I'm down here without my glasses.
Oh no. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually, this is from a book that Danny wrote, and this is, I guess this is a fitting introduction to who he is. It says here, Daniel Queen is a young man who early in his life resolved to become a poet of the people. In preparing for this missionary role, he began to devour the African American literary legacy and later the whole of the African American culture, becoming awed by its heroes and sensitive to the paradoxical beauty and pain of his long line of ancestors. Daniel's own literary career, in a sense, embodies the spirit of his ancestors. He has defied statistics which clearly say that he should not be, by his own tenacious perseverance, ingenuity, and humanity. Yes, Daniel was nurtured by an established disbelievers, but he remained undaunted. And now his courted audience is beginning to speak, to embrace this young poet who defied the odds to preserve the soul of the contemporary African American, the masses, young African American college students and those who seek not food for the mind, but for the soul, are testifying to Daniel Queen's own self-proclamation. I am the life of a people's long-lost sense of pride. I am the hopes and dreams locked away deep inside. In this, his first collection of work, stimulated by the spirit of Marcus Garvey, poet and lyricist Daniel Queen, continues to speak to the people. And this is a testimony from Virginia B. Goldford, Department of Humanities and Fine Arts from Bowie State University. And this is an introduction to our guest today, Daniel R. Queen.
Could I just say very quickly, Terry, that Daniel, the very first paragraph is his bio. Okay. He is poet. Danny Queen is a rarity.
Oh.
And yes, he is. Just want to throw that up there so we can let him come on and give us some points about what he's doing and how he's doing it.
Okay.
Welcome, Danny.
Welcome, Danny. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brothers. Good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
Honor and a pleasure to be here. Yes. And this is Poetry Month. I'm going to call it Black Month specifically.
You can say that. You can call it that.
Yeah. And so I've been doing what I'm doing for a long time. 10 books, soon to be 11.
Oh, wow.
My latest book is a collection of astrological poetry.
Oh, look out. And look out.
You can sign behind me, but that's my promotional poster.
Oh, man, I love that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And there's Love in Full Circle, Astrological Love Poems. That book was 23 years in the making, brother.
What?
Yeah.
You took your time on that one, huh?
Yeah, it took time, but I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for all the work and for all the people who've supported my work over the years. Yeah, I mean, if there's anything you want to ask me, that helps a lot because I'm kind of shy.
No, we'll get you. But I want to thank Ruby for bringing you on to the program. Because last time we heard you, but we couldn't see you. But Ruby said, "Look, we have to have him back." And Ruby's back. He's back.
Yeah, you guys.
He's back. He's back. The one question that I like to ask him first off is, I see he has done a series of things. He's a poet. He's written songs, and he just done a whole lot of things. Just tell me, it's all about the art, because that's what we are. African people are art oriented.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
So tell me, how did you begin the career of being a poet and also a songwriter?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was a student as a kid. I was a student of Motown.
Oh, okay.
Always a student of Motown. And I used to lay on the floor and listen to the Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, and all those people, man, influenced me. It just, I heard it. It was just like in me, and I had this thing for words. So I used to always listen to Motown. I mean, as I grew older, I would buy the albums at that time, and the first thing I wanted to know was who wrote what, and the songwriters.
Yes.
As a teenager, I was in bands and stuff, and I always looked on the albums when we would work on music that we would play.
That's right.
I always wanted to know who wrote the songs,
yes.
Who produced it, who did the arrangement. My friends, as young musicians, they didn't care about any of that. So I was always, and so I always took an interest in music, between the music and the poetry. And I said to myself, I can do this, And I started writing very young, and my grandma used to watch me all the time. And my grandma used to say, "What's wrong with the boy? Why writing all this stuff?"
Now she knows. Tell me, now your grandma knows why, right?
That's right.
Yeah, she knows now, and she knew. Well, she used to always say to my mother, "Boy, it's gonna be something one day."
and now you're something.
Yeah, and reading helped me a lot too. Not only reading other people's lyrics, song lyrics, and other poetry, but reading. Yeah. And I tell young people all the time, If you want to be a great writer, you must read.
That's a good
Must
point.
read. And
That's a
I
good
see
point.
that you've written books, and I heard that I have 8 down here, but you've written even more.
Yeah, yeah.
So give us an insight of that, how you became a writer and what some of your books. I'm an author also, so
That's
I know
right.
what it is about writing. I
That's
just
it.
love
That's it.
to do it.
Yes.
I need to, I have more of a
We
need to
all
do
are.
it.
Yes. Yes.
Well, wow, a list of some of the books of Color Me Poetry, Pen Man, of uh goodness, I'm drawing a blank. I tribute a book of tributes. That's the other one I
Yeah,
put out
yeah.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
and it's a collection of poetry that features uh poetic tributes to a whole lot of people,
Okay.
music, and sports, and a whole gambit of different fields. I've written tributes to many different people, like Duke Ellington,
Oh.
oh wow, Minister Louis Farrakhan, Dr. John Clark, on and on and on. And so I'd
Right.
like to. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
go
sorry.
on. Go on.
Danny?
No, I'm waiting. Because he had a question.
No, my question that you mentioned Duke Ellington, and
Yes.
I have the privilege of having your book here, Color Me Poetry, the poems.
Oh, wow.
And on page 65, you have the Duke of Ellington, tribute to Duke of Ellington, 1899 to 1974. And again, your work is full of tributes. Why these tributes? Why are they so important to you?
Well, in our community, I wanted to pay homage to many people, many luminaries, and also just ordinary people in our community who have made great contributions throughout the years.
Yes.
As a young person, I love all kinds of music. I like the contemporary music, from Beyonce's Texas Hold'em to Duke Ellington, to
Cowboy Carter.
Yes, and Sarah Vaughan. I mean, we have made such contributions, not just into music in this country, but to all fields of endeavors. Our people have made great contributions. Everything.
Yeah. Now you talk about your book of astrology. Now these are poems that are for different signs. Is that the way it's set up?
Yeah, every sign with every sign. Astrological poetry. That's what I did in the 23 years. I took an interest in it, and I said, well, let me do something different. And actually, I wanted to challenge myself. So I might talk about how Aries relate to Capricorn, how Taurus relates to Pisces, how Pisces relate to Libra, all of those. And that took a lot of time because you had to know.
Well, look, I have a request, okay? I'm a Leo. Do you have a poem for Leos?
Yes, I have to put my hand on it. It's in the book. Yeah, let me see. Cancer, Leo. What day, brother?
August the 14th.
August the 14th, 4 and 1 5.
Yeah, 1950.
Now, while you're checking, you might check February 21st.
All right, yes. Yes, let's get everybody in here, okay?
So anytime you have a number 5, that tells me that's a person that's very resilient. Is a person. So you're a Leo, you're a fire sign with an air sign number.
Oh,
so that tells me you're the Leo that lives on your mind like a lot, and things that change. If things don't change quick enough and fast enough, you kind of get bored and you move on to something else.
That sounds like me.
Yeah, so Leo is a fire sign. Leo's are great people. They're good with children, very good with children. Okay. Leo have this thing about them when they walk into a room. They sometimes have a tendency to light up the room. I'm telling you. But Leo sometimes can spoil children as well, brother.
Yes.
So let me.
So if you look at the February 21st and Terry, what I would like to do is get a couple of our callers and see what tell them their birthday month on, and
please, our viewers, please sort of let us know what sign you are. So Daniel.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't know which way it was going to go, but yeah, I do what I can in the interest of time. I'll just read 1 or 2 stanzas of this sign.
Okay.
I wanted to start with, okay, well, let me get to the Leo. I'm sorry.
Leo, yeah.
I'll just read part of it because, in the interest of time.
Yeah.
Leo, the lion, July 23rd to August 22nd. Though you like play, acting, and games of fun and play, you love being special in a very special way. It's easy for you to be the life of the party because you have a spirit that's because you have I'm sorry, let me start off. It's easy for you to be the life of the party because you have a fun loving spirit that's kind and hearted. But you dislike being relegated to less than center stage. So when neglected or ignored, you can go into a dramatic rage. Yet your generous hospitality and unselfish sacrifice can make you the sunshine of everybody's life.
Oh, thank you, thank you. That sounds like me. Give you an applause there.
Okay.
Okay, September 21st.
Let's go to Ruby.
Well, okay. Then that would be Aquarius.
No,
Okay.
is it Pisces?
Is it the price?
I'm
Let me see.
Pisces.
23rd. 23rd. You said 20.
21st, 21.
21st. So, well, at the 21st, the signs are getting ready to change. So, let me see. So, well, let me say this with the numbers. The 21st is a number 3. So, anytime you have a number 3, those are people who like communication.
Oh,
Okay. And so you have the 2. The 2 is family. And 2s are people sometimes that bring people together. Sometimes people have nothing else in common except you're the connector who bring them together. So, so the number 2 corresponds to the sign of Cancer. And then you have the 1. The 1 says leadership and independence. You're very independent, but the 2 and 3, the 2 and 1 together is 3. And 3 has to do with communication, and also has the. Sometimes they have a tendency to dictate too. And
Sometimes they tell me that.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Also with the number creativity. They're very creative people.
Yes, yes.
So so let me suffice to say that. But yeah, I'm looking for the sign. I'm thumbing through. I don't want to waste time because I wasn't really prepared. But yeah, the number.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Sister Ruth.
That is okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you too about staying with the signs. How do you come about determining? Well, you don't determine. How do you come about defining the signs?
Well, I've studied and researched many years, and then my good friend Lord Strayhorn, who's the master
Lord, I remember him. Yeah.
I saw him. I saw him about a month ago, and he is my mentor.
Oh my goodness! Whoa.
As well. Great, really great astronumerologist.
Yes,
he is. And so I was working on this book, Sister Chavez, many years ago. I told my good friend Strayhorn what I was doing. He said, "Man, let me tell you something." He said, "What you doing ain't never been done before in terms of poetry." He said, "There's lots of about astrological relationships."
Yes.
He said, "But one that's done in poetic form." He said, "That's a whole nother level, brother."
Yes.
And he said, "I tell you what." He said, "You do that book, you finish that book, and I'll do your foreword." And he did.
Oh man,
yeah. Well, couldn't found a better man. Couldn't have found a better man. I've watched Strayhorn for years.
Yeah. Is this book available on Amazon now? How can we get this book?
Well, it's not available on Amazon just yet. So I'm selling it through my own website and through my personal means right now because I'm trying to recoup. It costs a lot, so I'm trying to recoup. But I will have it on Amazon by the end of this month.
Okay.
But poetdannyqueen.com, you can get it there.
Okay, poetdannyqueen.com. Okay, we can reach out there for you. Okay.
Okay. Do we have Terry? Do we have anyone of our audience?
I haven't seen anybody checked in yet. I'm looking at the board here. I don't see anybody yet. I'm sure they're lining up to do that.
Okay.
I would like to open up with my theme poem.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Yeah.
My theme poem is simply entitled "Pay Me My Money."
That's a good thought.
And I call this the reparations poem. Pay me
my money. Yes.
Yeah.
Pay me.
I love that title. I love it.
Pay me my money. Subtitle: The Reparations Poem. Just so you pay me all that I'm due. If you have to rob Peter to pay Paul, that's on you. I'm coming from all ends just to make ends meet. So I'm overworked, underpaid, and dead at my feet. Don't want to rain on nobody's parade, but I want what I need, and I'm trying to get paid. And if you don't have it, no, I won't try and understand. So pay me my money, all of my money, just as soon as you can. I can't help but to regret it because sometimes it's gone before I get it. And if I had what's due to me instead of just making do, I could pay Peter, Paul, and Mr. Bobo too. Don't mean to rain on nobody's parade, but I want what I need, and I'm trying to get paid. And if you don't have it, no, I won't try and understand. So pay me my money just as soon as you can. Pay me my money.
Bravo,
Bravo.
I'm confident that one of the cures to our situation is going to be the release of our reparations. That way we can forget about the affirmative action. We wouldn't need that. We wouldn't need that DEI they're trying to strip away from us. We'll have money, not just cash money. I'm talking about good service. What we need a combination of, free education, same as what they had.
That's right.
Free
Free
education, free housing, free health care.
Yes, all of that.
Everything, and then give us our cash money. Then
That's
we
it.
can work with it. I wouldn't suggest it. Just me. I wouldn't suggest cash money.
But I would like
we don't have any place to spend it except with them.
With them,
and we don't need to give it back.
And this goes around the circle, back to them.
That's true, because you give some of us money, the system will have it back for the end of the week.
Hey, the end of the day,
Yeah. But I would say free education for the next 300 years. Okay. No taxes for the next 300 or 400 years.
At least that. Yeah.
We can start there. But there's another piece.
Daniel, got a question for you. It is, like I said, we said it's a Poetry Month, and it's also jazz. Yes.
To hear what he finished to say. I'm sorry. We cut you off.
Another piece, but no, go ahead. I want to hear what it is.
No. I was just saying that because it is Poetry Month and also Jazz Appreciation Month. Do you have a poem that would to address that music poetry connection? Do you have anything handy right there? Anything at your fingertips?
Let me see. Well, I have so many pieces here, bro.
I know you do. I mean, 11 books there. I know you got a lot.
What? Yes. Okay. There's a tribute I did in 2006 to the Godfather of Soul.
Oh, James Brown. Yes.
Okay. This is a tribute to the Godfather of Soul. A tribute to James Brown, 1933 to 2006. From poverty and a life of crime, he was a soul survivor, a legend in his own time. So in loving memory of what only God can explain, he left the world bewildered on the wings of the night train. Born to be somebody, success was in his DNA. Had a mind of his own, a will to make a way. From the chilling circuit to the king of soul review, the Godfather of folk, it all started with you. The call and response of his polyrhythmic time made the JB's folk one of a special kind. As a universal soul music mastermind, he put the soul power in a funky good time. He'd mashed potato till he was soaking wet, did the popcorn and broke out in cold sweat. As the artist working fame. At Star Time, he always lived up to his name.
That's right.
Mr. Say It Loud himself, the super bad native son. Mr. Dynamite is soul brother number one. So in love and memory of what only God can explain, he left the world bewildered on the wings of the night train.
Yes. All right. Love it. Yeah, Godfather of Soul.
Yeah, great. Now I see where you say there's a place called Queen's Palace. Tell us about that.
Well, that's my publishing company, Queen's Palace Music, and Queen's Palace Books as well. That's the title that I publish all my work through, and I've been doing it for more than 20 years.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, a lot of years. And so I publish all my books through that. I publish my music through that, and my new book is a tribute to my late brother, and it's called Blind Sight, and the subtitle is A Call to Unity. So that's going to be probably by July. We're looking at July, and my brother was a great as well.
What is your brother's name? What is his name?
Poet James Skip Queen.
Okay, yeah, because I see here I have this book here, Color Me Poetry, poems, and it says by Daniel R. Queen, also featuring poems by James Skip Queen. Is that the brother you're talking about?
Yes, that's my beloved brother. Do you mind if I share a piece of my brother's?
Oh, please. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a piece, brother. I think it's very relevant and always will be relevant until we get our reparations. And it's simply entitled House of Horror. says, we disturb this programming to bring you this bulletin. Equality is dead, drowned in the bathtub of deceit by its wicked stepmother, liberty, while in the adjacent room, the unworthy father, democracy, attempts to sleep off the intoxicating effects of ingesting too many unkept promises.
Mm-hmm.
And down the hall, the ancient yet ever-present withering nanny, racism,
Mm-hmm.
wears the sinister sneer as she
Wow.
spoon-feeds poisonous leftovers of hatred to their only offspring, justice.
Yes.
This has been a test to be continued. House of Horror.
That's some scary stuff right there. That's
Yeah. And you know, I like to do this piece here. There's always been controversy about the N-word, and all of that. So some years ago, 2006, I did a piece that I thought was very important, and it's simply entitled.
As long as you don't use it out on my show, I have a problem with the truth. So just keep the N-word and don't use the exact word.
Yeah, I understand. So I'll just say the beat. I don't use full of words, but I'll just say the beat, and then I'll just say the N-word.
You know what it is.
The N-word poem. Speak truth to power, and watch them castrate any and every so-called N-word they love that you love to hate. So don't call me, don't call yourself, and don't you dare call anybody else the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
For it is not and cannot be a term of love, no matter whose mouth it might come out of.
Mm-hmm.
The word blank always will be a weapon in the arsenal of racism and white supremacy. The power behind the word will never set us free from the inhumanity of human history. As you turn on a dead-end street in a new direction, the word "N" is not a term of endearment or affection. It is a historical racial line in the sand I dare not cross as a self-loving black man. It's not a word we can wash or sanitize clean, for it is what it ain't, if you know what I mean. Generations come and go through many ages and time, but the N-word is a term that can never be redefined. So I'd like to be the one to pull a trigger on the N-word, of the overdue death of the N-word, blank. Thank you.
Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing it that way. Thank you for doing it that way.
It's very interesting how that word was particular. I've used some of them, and particularly some of the rappers or whatever have used it so indiscriminately. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the rapper, what's his name? He's part Jewish and part black. What's his name? But anyway, I heard one of his pieces, Drake, I think.
Drake.
One of his pieces, right. Thank you. I heard one of his pieces, and one of his pieces referred to the N-word. Now, if you hear his entire collection, and I haven't heard it, so I can't say that, but I just imagine the ones I heard.
Yes.
I never heard a racist trope or anything against the other half of him, the Jewish connection.
Yes.
So what I'm saying, it shows you that we know when to fold it and when to hold it. And
that's right. That's
right. We know how to hold it on ourselves. I mean, we don't know, but one of the things my show is all about is try to instill on up there. There's something that we need to see and hear from our, what I call, experts who will know how to delve into the psyche of our mind after having been brainwashed, if you brain dirty, if you will, to realize that there's some things that even looking at other people, we need to take into account.
That's right.
That the words are very important.
That's right.
Words,
that's right.
Power and word.
Because Danny, I think you put it in its proper perspective. Because I was a little nervous when you mentioned the N-word, but you handled it very nicely. Let me ask you a question. Do you write every day? I mean, do you have a routine? How do you bring about all this poetry?
I write something every day, brother. If not on paper, in my head or in my
head. Right.
Yeah. I just been doing it so long. It's just like second nature. I mean, it's just ideas all around me. Sometimes I wake up in the morning with ideas on my head. Sometimes I go to sleep with ideas on my head. I wake up in the middle of the night and write stuff down. Yeah, so that's just how it is for me.
Yeah.
But there's another piece I was thinking about. There's this thing. Well, the young people now, they call it colorism. And when I was coming up, we call it color struck or that kind of thing. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this piece talks about chocolate rainbow,
Okay.
and it talks about how we ought to love ourselves regardless of what shade we come in.
That's right. That's right.
So is it all right if I share this
Yeah,
piece?
please, please, please do. Yeah.
Yes. This is called chocolate rainbow,
Chocolate rainbow.
color struck.
Okay.
Black, white, brown, red, yellow, and tan, all shades of the rainbow come from the original man.
Yes.
The missing link to what we as a people lack is loving who we are in all shades of black. Mocha, sepia, sable, red bone, cinnamon, mahogany, pearl. Children of the sun living in a color-struck world.
That's right.
Whatever shade of ebony to ivory you might be, black is black. I am you and you are me. You can't possess the soul essence of somebody else. So to love and know who you are is to be yourself. But beyond our shackles of sick color struck shame, as a people, we are all colored one and the same. The one drop rule will always undervalue and demean the wannabes, the jigaboos, and every shade in between.
Mm-hmm.
Black on black love is so power validation, despite our brown bag, blue vein indoctrination. Interracial prejudice, preference, and pride are reflections of a past that cannot be denied. As a human rainbow with the wind in our back, the power of self-respect comes in all shades of black.
Mm-hmm.
Honey brown, peanut butter, vanilla, chocolate, copper tone, cocoa maple, nocturnal rose, raven brick house brownstone. Whatever shade of ebony to ivory you might be, black is black. I am you and you are me. From ruby red brown to a black walnut pecan, lemon strawberry peach to a beach sand colored tan. The missing link to what we as a people lack is loving who we are in all shades of black. Chocolate rainbow, shades of black.
Excellent.
I love it. I love it. Oh, that is great. That is great.
Okay, then just keep going. If you want to read another one, that's fine
Yeah,
with me.
hey,
Yes.
you on the road, brother. You got the mic.
I like to do a love poem to all the sisters.
Oh, please do that. They deserve it. They deserve it.
Yeah. So this goes out to the sisters. This is another chocolate poem, and this one's simply entitled "Chocolate City Candy."
Oh, right.
Just the taste of you makes my life so complete. Learning to love you is a special treat. The little loving things you do forever makes you honey sweet. My good and plenty loving just knocks me off my feet. You're my sugar baby, peppermint patty pearl, my M&M plain, chocolate city candy girl, my lifetime lifesaver, Fifth Avenue Lovers Lane Park, my buttered fingered whatchamacallit, set sweetness in the dark. Now and later, you'll always be my Mary Jane, my baby Ruth, my mounds of almond joy, chocolate honey sweet tooth. Let me be your payday, sugar daddy galore, your 100 grand, Mr. Goodbye for sure. And when you touch your total Tootsie Roll charms, your chocolate cherry kisses make me melt in your arms. You're my sugar baby, peppermint patty pearl, my M&M plain, chocolate city, candy girl.
My brother
Daniel R. Queen, beautiful brother, beautiful brother.
That's what we are aiming to try to impress upon our people. That's what we are, queens and kings, royalty. All
That's right.
kinds of big things came out of Africa, and we need not look at each other side-eyed and they think that we're less than anyone else. Won't even try to say we're more than. I'm not going there, but I know we're equal too.
That's
So
right, that's right.
it is a beautiful thing. Go on and read more if you have them.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming, brother.
Read an inspirational piece, and it's simply entitled "Unlock Your Mind." And this goes out to all of our people, wherever they may be in the world. Unlock your mind.
Yeah.
Dare to dream, and the sacred soul's decree is but a made-up mind, pregnant with possibility. The will to win is a high on sunshine, because the sky's the limit to a whole new mind. To give birth to a new vision, set yourself free. Unlock your mind, throw away the key. Fear over faith will never free your mind, but faith over fear is worth the uphill climb.
Mm-hmm.
Above and beyond every setback and surface thrill, believe that you can. Believe you can succeed. Give it your all, and you will. A walk on water, faith, and a self-love supreme can all give birth to the reality of a dream. Every step you take in your food for thought are life lessons not to be sold nor bought. Mm-hmm. The secret of the self to have and to hold is the untapped potential that lives in the soul. To give birth to a new vision, set yourself free. Unlock your mind, throw away the key. Dare to dream, and a sacred soul's decree is but a made-up mind, pregnant with possibility. Unlock your mind.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Great,
So
great. I love that.
all kinds that deal with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing I won't write about. I've always been that type of writer to write about any and everything going on. And I like to write pieces that are inspirational and anything really that's. And I've never been the kind of writer that use four-letter words. I go to readings.
No, that's not necessary. No.
And some of the young people, they use a lot of four-letter words. And I mean, you can express yourself however you wish, but that's not something that I do. And I'm not, for censoring anybody, because as individuals, we all express ourselves in many different ways. It's just not something that I choose to do at all.
But Daniel, you've been very inspiring to us today. Very, very inspiring. Who inspires you? What poets, what writers inspire you?
Everybody. I mean, Maya Angelou, Nick Giovanni,
yes.
Songwriters. I read a lot, so. Inspiration can come from anywhere. I've been in a restaurant and heard conversations with people, and some words will trigger me. Words have power. That's why we have to be careful what we say, how we use words. But words really do have power.
Yes.
So inspiration comes from any and every. Sometimes something I read, because I read a lot. It can come from anywhere. Something I thought, something it ain't always got to be personal. Sometimes other ideas. That come from other people, so it can come from anywhere. And always.
Ruby, you were saying?
No, I'm sorry. I was saying he was saying word has power. So I'm sure we all remember the phrase "those sticks and stones."
Yes, we do. We remember that. Remember it.
Totally destroy you. Words are very powerful.
Ruby, we have 10 minutes left. You want to say anything? Anything that you want to give the audience?
I want to look again to see if I would like to recognize our call-ins and see if we have someone on that want the brother to define their date year.
All right, it's coming in now here. I'll just read it as it is. Dina Robinson, Pisces.
Okay.
I see. Okay, that's my sign.
That's
so
yours.
He's done that already.
He's done that. Okay, I'm looking for to scroll up here.
Let her give me the number. I can maybe do the number real quick. Okay. Does she tell the number of her person?
I this is someone else. I don't have her number, but I just I have Dina Robinson 0311. 0311. Dina Robinson.
Okay, so right now, in the interest of time, I'll just deal with the number.
Okay.
Yeah, March 11th. 311 is March 11th.
Okay.
So she's a number 3 person. So anytime you have a number 3 person, 3 is communication. Always 3 people are always about communication and always about creativity in one form or another. So 3s are people who, like I said, 3 people sometimes have a tendency to dictate, but 3, 12, 21, 30, any of those numbers add up to 3, and those are people who are not afraid to put in necessary hours to get things done. They can be very hardworking people, and they're people who believe in themselves as well, and they do well. And in terms of work, government, they usually can be artists. They're people. 3s are people who go get what they want.
Okay.
Let me see.
Now I have some other names here, and I just want to acknowledge those who are sort of tuning in. Rashida Canty is with us today. Rashida Johnson, Joyce Key, Ataya Bay, Sheila Bird, TQ Devon. I'm just telling you, people who are sort of tuning in. Rose Cavistock is with us today. Sheila Bird Brown, our producer, is with us today. Just to let you know, there are people who are tuning in, brother, who are enjoying your what I call it a poetry concert. That's what you gave us today. You gave us a poetry concert, and Ruby, we're like 5 minutes to the end of the show. I mean, time
Oh,
flies when
so
you're having
I
fun.
tell you, it's gone
Yes.
by so quickly. I've enjoyed you immensely. We got to have you back again. I just
Again and
want to
again,
throw,
brother.
Thank
yes,
you.
very much so. Yeah, I just want to mention that I have just want to throw this out there because I'm going to be bringing it in again next week. I do have an engagement on the 27th of this month, and I want my folks to watch out for it. I'll be in Jersey City at a conference with a group of people who are talking about men and black men and women relationship. You all know what I think about my black men. I just adore them, all the good things, and also I know that we as women undergird our men tremendously. We have our own. We, the men, women in our community have our own issues about things. But those issues, many of them are generated by folks who have controlled us over the 400 years. We need to know, because if we don't know that, we're going to continue to point our fingers at each other and
That's
say,
right.
you know, this, that, or the other. Just quickly, I wrote my, Brother Queen, I wrote my second book called Verbal Healing. Well, that was my first one. We must reject tired, trite, tasteless, and other nonsensical expressions that keep us damaged. And that book is a compilation of about 55 or more expressions that we use against ourselves, to further demean us. And that's not by accident. It's that what's been put into us
That's
to
right.
say about
That's right.
ourselves.
Right.
So
Right.
when we started the little game of trying to imagine who we are when we meet each other, it was from that perspective. If we see ourselves differently, then we will move in a new direction. Because if we see ourselves in a positive way, if we
Yes.
knew for a fact that we did come from Africa as queens, kings, and royalty and all that other stuff,
Yes.
we will fall into the notion that who we see is who we are. My fifth book actually was supposed to be Damaged Goods, Made in America.
I
We
love
are
it.
damaged goods,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
Then I
Yeah.
got on the Why Shouldn't I Cry, Ode to the Black Man. I wanted to give tribute to our black men who's always been undone. So I wrote that, but I'm still going to get that book eventually. Damaged goods. We have to know that we have been damaged.
That's right.
And if we don't know that, you give examples. When you look at, I gave an example sometime before, Terry.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
I gave the example of my Lamborghini
Yeah.
that
Yes.
had been stripped,
Yeah.
stripped.
Yeah. I
It
remember
was still
that.
Lamborghini, but it was no use to me because it was stripped.
That's right.
The
That's right.
same as with us. When we came over here and were stripped of everything, our language, our history, our culture, our
Yes.
religion, name it. So we got to be put back together. And we got to be put back together with the knowledge that it's not just easy. It just don't come by complaining or criticizing or whatever.
Yes.
It takes it takes the same as any other
Yeah. Yeah.
serious offense against anything.
Of course.
You know,
Of course.
Yes,
health,
ma'am.
whatever. You go to specialists, you go to experts
Experts.
to help
Experts.
get an answer to what it is that you need to get put together to restore.
That's right.
You know, and we need restoration. But I am so glad we had you today, and we're gonna get you back.
Oh man,
It just
it was a
appropriate.
pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
If you want to give us out any other thing where we can contact you, just let us know.
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to, for those who like to reach me directly, can I give out my number?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, please.
Yeah. 202-251-7743. I'm Poet Danny Queen. I'm on all the social media, Instagram, everything, Facebook, TikTok, Poet Danny Queen.
Okay.
And my email, poetdannyqueen.com.
Yeah.
And you can purchase the book there, or you can purchase it from me directly if you like to.
And what's the title of that latest book? What's the title?
Latest book is called Love in Full Circle, Astrological Love Poems.
Okay. All right. We have two minutes left.
Okay.
Let me say this very quickly that if I don't, my producer is gonna just kind of. If you like what you see, if you hear and appreciate what we're trying to do, we can, you can honor us, donate to us. Cash App, $ Ruby Shivers, William Shivers, or you can send check, or you can what else, Terry, can you do?
Yeah.
I'm here in Jacksonville and I don't have my
Yeah.
paperwork with me.
Okay. Well,
So
yeah,
those are
yeah. But I think the important thing again is Cash App, $Ruby Shivers, and we're here every Monday from 4 to 5, and like I like to say, on YouTube forever. Daniel R. Queen, we thank you so much for being such a gracious and giving guest. Ruby, I will see you next week, and that's our show for today. Thanks, everybody. My name is Terry Benjamin, and I thank you very much for tuning in.
Thank you, Brother Terry.
Okay.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless you all. You both.
Bye-bye.